in part 2. How badly do you need this show? What'll happen if you're not selected?
At the home, I got a little Mario, a little Giuliano, and I got the twins, and we don't eat on days ending in Y. So please, per favore, signore, it's a television. No, seriously, folks. I've had 15 minutes of fame. I've been on TV shows in Australia back in my youth, 20, 30 years ago. My fame was my cooking, but this would prove to me that I've still got the chops to be on the line, to cook with shoulder to shoulder with other people who've earned the right to call themselves professional. But also the way I look at it is some kid in the VA who's lost his legs, he's a paraplegic, quadriplegic, thinking life stops now, why do I got to live, can see someone with wheels under their ass and say, maybe I can have a life after this. Hell yes, I can have a life. And it gets the message across. And also, the LGBTQ, the transgender people of this world, I tend to treat as jokes or freaks of society with no value, no worth. Well, I'm going to prove them wrong,
That actually answers the next question.
What is the next question?
Why do you want to do the show?
To get the message across that life never stops. And you never reach your potential, because just when you do, when someone climbed K2, they looked over and said, hey, what's that peak up there? Someone said it's Mount Everest. There's always a higher peak.
What's going to be your edge, and why will the audience root for you? Or
my
us?
edge? My personal edge is this. You see that what it says?
Yep.
Someone gave that to me when I was pretty emotionally low. It's the name of a rock band, actually, a great New York punk rock band. And he looked at me and he heard my story and he said, you know what? You live this. My edge is going to be, like I said, if I climb the cliffs at the Gunks, then El Capitan is higher. If I climb El Capitan, base camp at Everest is higher. There's always going to be something else, and that's the way we think. That's the way Ella and I work. This was cool, but what's better? What's next?
So that leads us to our last question, which is, why will you win?
If I'm off after the first week, I've won, because I'll probably be the first paraplegic transgender person, spinal cord injury transgender person on primetime TV. If I win this show, as far as I get, it'll be a personal victory for me, and it will help me in my everyday, that I like to let other people know that life doesn't end with wheels under your ass. It just gets faster.
So that is our last question. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
If we get on this show, fantastic, that's wonderful, and I think you'll make some good TV, and we'll make some wonderful cakes. The crew will get fatter off my cooking. And if we don't, I'd like to thank you for the chance to at least get this far in application. And Megan Miguez, I apologize if I've mispronounced your name. You've been wonderful, bending over backwards and helping this old lady with wheels under her ass get this far. So, mille grazie, signore.
Bye-bye.